This is the day the Lord has made, so let us rejoice and be glad in it. I am Pastor Marianne Kallenbach, pastor at Living Faith Church, which is located in the city of Port St. Lucie in the state of Florida, in the master plan community that is called Tradition. And today is Friday, August the 12th in the year 2022. So our kids are finishing up their first half week of school as they have gotten back into a routine these past 3 days. Lots of prayers for our teachers as they head home for a nice weekend, as well as the students and all the administrators and the resource officers. So half of a week of first day school here in Florida, specifically in the county that we are broadcasting from, which is St. Lucie County. May everyone have a really good rest and sleep. So we continue on. You saw yesterday talking about Jesus coming at night as a thief. And we really talk about, what is Jesus stealing? And I love that quote that's out there. What Jesus is stealing is that which is not life-giving. So when we think about Jesus as a thief, we're thinking of what needs to be stolen, taken from us so that we thrive and we are saved and we have abundant life. And that's very different from another type of thief who comes to steal and destroy, that there is destruction. That's not who Jesus is. And so it's a different way of thinking, what specifically is the one who comes at an unexpected time, Christ our Lord. What is it that this thief is going to steal from us? And it's going to be everything that does not give us life. Everything that causes us to keep people out of our lives, everything that causes us to marginalize, to focus on the ways of this world rather than God's kingdom. And we've had so much discussion about that this week, and I'm hoping that you had a chance to dwell on that. I want to circle back one more time to Jesus saying, where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. And so I just absolutely love that. It is a wonderful stewardship passage that I've always loved. More importantly, it is a way of life, and it is a spiritual discipline. Where our heart is going to be, if we're giving, wherever our treasure is going, our heart will follow. So it means it's not there yet, but guess what? We can cause our heart to go there. So I want to read a little bit more about that from Giving to God by Mark Allen Powell, who is a professor at Trinity Seminary, in Columbus, Ohio. So he says in here, a couple things I just want to say. He says, the point isn't that how we spend our money reveals what sort of people we are, but that how we spend our money determines what sort of people we become. Not to say that the first isn't accurate, because it is, but more importantly, what Jesus is speaking of here is that how we spend our money determines what sort of people we become. So it says, this may sound scary, but it's actually very good news. We can make our hearts feel what they don't. We can control our hearts, direct them in the ways we want them to go. This is great news. So he goes on to say Jesus was not a fundraiser. He talked about money a lot, which I had mentioned on Sunday, so talked about it, but not because he wanted people to give to any particular cause. He talked about money because he cared about us and continues to care about us, and because he knew that what we do with our money affects who we are spiritually. I'm going to read that again. Jesus talked about money because he cared about us and because he knew that what we do with our money affects who we are spiritually. I love that. He goes on to say that some people will say, give from the heart. But he says here, but Jesus seemed to speak of something else. Give where you want your heart to be and let your heart catch up. Don't just give to things you care about. Give to things you want to care about. Don't decide the amount of your giving by how much you care, but by how much you want to care. Ask yourself, if I were the sort of person I would really like to be, then what would I do? I just love that. It's such a different way of thinking. Where do you want your heart to be? That's where your treasure goes. We can train our hearts. And that is the good news. That is the awesome news. We can change. We can change. On this day, on this Friday, I want you to spend some time thinking about this today. Where do you want your heart to be? Where do you want to direct your heart? And then that is where you are to place your treasure, because that is where your heart will go. Blessings on this day as you come to understand the deep, deep connection between where we place our treasure and our spiritual growth and where our heart will be. Jesus was not shy about talking about this at all. So dwell in this. Blessings, and I'll see you back here tomorrow.